The cafeteria went silent when the sound of laughter echoed from the far corner. Everyone turned to look. A group of popular kids had surrounded a girl who looked out of place. Her clothes weren't trendy, her backpack was worn, and her sneakers looked like they had been through too many years of walking. Her name was Naomi. She had just transferred to the school, and from the moment she walked in, whispers followed her. "Look at those shoes." One bully sneered, smirking as his friends laughed. "Did you dig them out of the trash?" Naomi lowered her gaze, gripping the straps of her backpack tightly. She wanted to disappear, to melt into the ground. But she couldn't. She needed to be here. Her family had moved to this town hoping for a fresh start after her father passed away. Her mother worked double shifts at a diner just to keep food on the table. Naomi promised herself she wouldn't give her mom any more stress, but right now it felt impossible. "Hey, don't ignore me," another bully said, shoving her shoulder. Naomi stumbled back, but she didn't say a word. The laughter grew louder. Someone even pulled out their phone, ready to record. The humiliation burned inside her like fire, but she kept quiet. What they didn't know, what no one at this school knew, was that Naomi had been training in martial arts since she was 6 years old. Her father, before he passed, had taught her discipline, respect, and the importance of self-control. He always told her, "Naomi, real strength isn't about hurting people. It's about knowing when to stand tall and when to walk away." She carried those words with her like armor. But sometimes, walking away wasn't an option. One of the bullies snatched her backpack and dumped it onto the floor. Books, pencils, and a small photo of her father scattered across the cafeteria tiles. When Naomi bent down to pick them up, the boy kicked the picture across the room. "Oops. Guess even your dad didn't want to stay." The cafeteria gasped. That was the line crossed. Naomi froze, her chest tightening. That picture was all she had left of her father. Her eyes burned, not with tears, but with resolve. She slowly stood, her hand trembling as she closed it into a fist. "Give it back," she said quietly. Her voice steady but sharp. The bully laughed, stepping closer. "Or what? You gonna cry?" He reached out to shove her again, but this time, Naomi's training took over. In one swift motion, she grabbed his wrist, twisted it, and swept his legs out from under him. The boy fell flat on his back with a thud that echoed across the cafeteria. Everyone froze. The phones that were recording caught every second of it. The other bullies tried to jump in, but Naomi moved like lightning. A sidestep here, a block there, a controlled push that sent another stumbling back into a chair. She didn't throw wild punches or hurt anyone more than necessary. Her movements were precise, powerful, but restrained. She was in control. In less than 30 seconds, the kids who mocked her were now staring at her with wide, stunned eyes. Naomi bent down, picked up her father's photo, and tucked it gently back into her backpack. The cafeteria erupted, not with laughter this time, but with murmurs of shock and even respect. The bullies scrambled to their feet, red, faced and humiliated. One of them tried to save face by muttering, "Whatever, she's a freak." But their voices had lost their power. The room wasn't laughing with them anymore. Naomi didn't smile. She didn't boast. She simply looked at them and said, "Never mistake kindness for weakness." Then she turned and walked out of the cafeteria with her head high, leaving behind a silence that spoke louder than any words. That night, Naomi sat with her mother, who noticed the bruise on her arm. At first, Naomi was scared to tell her what happened, but when she finally explained, her mother held her hand and whispered, "Your father would be proud. You stood up for yourself with honor." From that day on, things began to change at school. The video of Naomi defending herself spread quickly, and instead of being mocked, she was admired. Teachers praised her discipline. Students who once ignored her now approached her with respect. Even some of the bullies, humbled and embarrassed, avoided her entirely. But Naomi didn't let it get to her head. She kept training, kept studying, and kept remembering her father's words. Strength was not about revenge. It was about self-respect. Naomi's journey wasn't over. There were still challenges, poverty, loss, and moments of loneliness. But she carried herself differently now. She had proven to herself that she was not invisible, not powerless. She had a fire inside her, one that no amount of bullying could ever put out. And for everyone who witnessed that day in the cafeteria, they learned a lesson too. That the person you underestimate the most might be the one who teaches you the greatest lesson of all.